Administrative Assistant to Athletics is Jaime Pelagio. St. Mary's Athletic Trainer is Gerard Moots. Equipment Manager is Frank Alcocer. Our video coordinator is Darnell Chavez. For your public address, I'm Michael Sweeney. In the booth with me tonight, timekeeper Tio Reese and our spotter, Sean Sweeney. In his third season of coaching high school football at Mingus Union High School, the Marauders are led by head varsity football coach Aaron Midkiff. Please remember that the two teams competing here tonight are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association and abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention to the field to recognize and thank our AIA officials for tonight's game. Referee, David Benedetti. Umpire, Chad Fulton. Line judge, R.J. Kripe. Head linesman, Evan Einhorn. The back judge is Paul Frey. The side judge is Mark Ewer. The field judge is Nate Polk. Thank you, gentlemen. At this time, we ask that you please stand for the invocation and our national anthem. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Almighty God, we pray for the safety of these athletes tonight. Protect them from injury and harm. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Our coin toss this evening.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mingus Marauder Football on zcalsports.com. Your home for Mingus Marauder Athletics. Tonight, the Marauders kick off the season on the road at Washington High School, taking on the St. Mary's Knights. These teams met last year in the first game of the season back in Cottonwood, and the Knights ran away with it 37-15. Head coach Aaron Midkiff is feeling a little better about his squad this year, now in his third season as the coach of the Marauders, and their roster's up to 27 players. They only had 21 or 22 last year, so they're getting a couple more guys out there. That's a good sign. Out of those 27 players that the Marauders have on their roster, 6 of them are sophomores, so it's still kind of a young squad, but last year they only had 3 seniors. They've got more seniors this year, so a little better leadership there at the top end. Let's see how things go here. This is a team that's got plenty of athletes, as they usually do. It's going to always come down to what it does come down to in every football game, what happens down in the trenches. And the Marauders have not been very big on the line in the last few years, at least. And this year, Coach Midkiff says we've got a little better size on the line, and he thinks that they're going to be able to move the ball a little bit better this season. And we'll find out here coming up in just a couple of minutes as the St. Mary's Knights are looking to start their season tonight as well. They're at home at Washington High School. This is where they play all of their home games, so they're used to this field. The Knights in their home down the middle of a white helmet. The Marauders over on the far side of the field there have their road white jerseys with the red and gray trim. They're wearing their silver helmets today. All white jersey and white pants for the Mingus Marauders. Officials coming out on the field, getting ready for the opening coin toss. There are not any captains out there as of yet. St. Mary's has theirs ready to go. There are 4 captains to start the day today, start the game today. Oh, I'm on the wrong page there. We're looking at scores. There are no scores. There are 6 games tonight, however, in 4A. So this isn't the only game on a Thursday night. There are 5 other games going on tonight. Looks like the Knights are going to send out Anthony Cannon along with number 1, Branson Brown, number 72. One of the big linemen is Naz Felix, and number 52, most likely a linebacker, Jack Cool. You have him as a lineman. 6'1", 225, biggest player out there for the Knights right now. The Mingus Marauders still scrambling around over on the far side of the field. We'll see who they have for their captains coming out here in just a moment. Looks like it's going to be number 4, Cameron Hausman, along with number 9, Isaiah Ortiz. Number 15 is Hunter Bejarano, and number 66, Trenton Patton, are the Marauder captains to start the first game of the season. Now, Hunter Bejarano is the Marauders quarterback. He is in his second year under center here for the Mingus Marauders, so I would imagine the game is going to slow down for him a little bit. He really played well last year in his first campaign at the helm for the Mingus Marauders. He's only a junior, so he's still got plenty of time left to go. Of course, Hunter Bejarano is a younger brother of Tanner Bejarano, T-Dog, one of the favorite players here at Mingus High School over the last decade or so, and comes from a great family, Bejarano family, great family. So let's see if Hunter Bejarano can get the Mingus Marauders going here in this game as the officials are out there, and they're going to toss the coin, and we will get ready for the first game of the season. Now, this one is on the road. After this, the Marauders are...
Mingus Union has won the toss.
It looks like the Marauders won the toss and they defer. So St. Mary's is going to have the ball to start the game. After tonight, the Marauders are going to have a nice home schedule. They play here on the road against St. Mary's, and then they've got 4 in a row at home. Next week, Estrella Foothills, followed by Yunker, then into Grand Canyon region play. Bradshaw Mountain comes to town on the 18th, and on the 25th, it's the Prescott Badgers. The Marauders only go on the road 4 times this year. They play tonight at Washington against St. Mary's, and then they play at Coconino, at Mojave, and at Lee Williams. Well, I guess if you have 4 on the road and you have to drive to Bullhead City and to Kingman, that's the payoff, right? You take 1 less trip, but those 2 equal 3 on their own. Marauders are without their kicker. It's a bad story. In the scrimmage game against Carl Hayden, Dylan Midkiff got hit on a play, a helmet-to-helmet play, and he broke his jaw. So Dylan Midkiff is out for most likely the season, I'd imagine. He's got his jaw wired shut for the next 6 weeks, and that really put a jolt into the Marauders' kicking game. He was going to be the punter and the kicker, so now the Marauders had to make some substitutions, find somebody else that can kick the ball off, somebody else that can kick it through the uprights, and it looks to start the season that the replacement for Dylan Midkiff is going to be Matthew Marquez kicking off here for, I'm sorry, that's the wrong team there for the Mingus Marauders.
Kicking off for Mingus, number 12.
There we go.
Bassett.
It is Bassett kicking off. And the ball bounces at the 15-yard line, picked up by the Knights right there. He's got a wall out in front of him. Cannon out on the break over to the right side of the field. And down the sideline he goes. He'll take the open kick of the season for a touchdown. Anthony Cannon takes the opening kick, 85 yards for a touchdown. We're 15 seconds into the season, and the Marauders are trailing 6-0. Anthony Cannon takes the opening kickoff, the distance, down the right sideline in front of the St. Mary's bench to the end zone. He got the ball, it bounced, and then he picked it up, and he had a wall of about 5 or 6 guys out in front of him. They just exploded. He took off to the right and just outran all the Marauders to the sideline. Down the sideline he goes and into the end zone for the opening score of the season. We're 15 seconds into action.
And for the point after attempt for St. Mary's, number 24, Hector Lapure.
Looks like the Knights have a late player coming out on the field. And he'll get set, and they're set to attempt the extra point. Awaiting the snap. Good snap. The hold's good. The kick is up, and it is good. St. Mary's Knights take the lead. Opening kickoff of the season. Return for a touchdown. We'll be back to Washington High School after this.
And with 11.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's a specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
Back at Washington High School, 7-0 Knights. Getting ready to kick off here to the Marauders. Marauders have 2 players deep to return. It's Julius Gonzalez along with number 6, Tristan Tim.
Back deep for Mingus. Number 2, Julius Gonzalez, and number 6, Tristan Tim.
Knights set to kick off.
Kicking off for St. Mary's, number 24, Hector Lapure.
Lapure's got it teed up. And from the right hash mark, kick is off. It is down the middle. It's going to be taken by Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the 10, the 15, behind the blocker, down the right sideline. Got a good return out around the 40-yard line. Looks like they'll knock him out just shy at about the 36, 7-yard line. And good field position for the Marauders to start the game.
Sullivan.
Now here comes Hunter Bejarano, the Marauder quarterback.
First down and
Marauder's
10
first
for the
possession
Marauders.
of the season is good field position at their own
The ball is at the
37-yard line.
Mingus 37-yard line.
Bejarano's got Ethan Moore, Daniel Chanez, and Isaiah Ortiz split wide. Also on the left side, Cam Houseman.
At quarterback for the Marauders.
In the backfield is
Number 15,
Isaiah
Hunter
Ortiz.
Bejarano.
Oh, and the Marauders jump before the snap, and now they'll
Penalty on
move
the
back
play.
5 yards. Well, things not going great here for the Marauders. Opening kickoff return for a touchdown, and their first offensive snap before their first offensive snap on the season. They have a
to the Mingus 30
pre-snap penalty, which will back them up 5, and now it's 1st and 15. Nothing like playing behind the sticks. I imagine it's the same play, right? I mean, what's the difference? 1st and 10, 1st and 15. They split 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right, Ortiz in the backfield. Bejarano from the pistol takes a snap, looking left the whole way, now pulls up, hitting the backfield.
Hunter Bejarano tackled in the backfield.
Bejarano's brought down
by
for a
number
loss
8
of,
for the Knights, Callum Sullivan.
it's like 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 now for the
A
Marauders.
loss on the play. So bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 19 here for the Marauders. Ball back inside the 30 now at about the
And about 19
27,
yards.
28-yard
The
line.
ball's now at the Mingus 28 yard line.
Marauders split 2 receivers to the left side, 2 on the right. You've got Tim and Moore on the left-hand side. Houseman over on the right side. Here's the snap, and they'll hand off. Running right. Nowhere to go. In the backfield. Gobbled up and dropped for a loss of 6 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 25 here for the Marauders.
And number 2, Dominic Mowry.
3rd down and long here for Mingus.
Loss on the play. Ball is now at the Mingus 22-yard line.
3 down linemen for the St. Mary's Knights, playing a 3-5 defense. Watch those 2 outside linebackers pitch up on the line here. Same formation, 2 left, 2 right 24. From the right hash mark. Running back in the backfield, about 3 yards behind the quarterback, looking to throw. Bejarano down the middle, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, which was, looks like it was number 8, Ethan Moore, and it falls incomplete. So the Marauders will look to punt it away. First possession of the season for Mingus is a loss of 15 yards, and it is now, it's a loss of 14 yards. It's now 4th down and 24. Marauders will look to punt it away.
3-yard line.
And we'll have to see who's going to punt now. We saw that Luke Bassett came in to kick for the opening kickoff of the game.
Back deep for St. Mary's is number 1, Branson Brown.
And it doesn't look like Bassett is the punter. Waiting to snap at his 9-yard line. Marauder punter. Good snap. And the punt is off, and it's fumbled at the 40-yard line. Now Moreno picks it up, cuts it back to the middle of the field. Now another jitterbug move to the left-hand side, and down the left sideline he goes to the 10, to the 5, touchdown.
Check that, number 1, Branson Brown.
St. Mary's has not run an offensive play. They lead 13-0. They have 2 kickoff returns. A kickoff return and a punt return for a touchdown. They have not snapped an offensive play. It's 13-0 St. Mary's with an extra point to follow.
Kicking for St. Mary's on the point after is number 24, Hector Lapue.
Good snap, good hold, kick is up and good. 14-0, St. Mary's with the lead. Not even 2.5 minutes into the game. We'll be back to Washington High School after this.
It's St. Mary's.
Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040, and they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
Back at Washington High School, 14-0. St. Mary's with the lead over the Mingus Marauders. 2 kick returns, a kickoff return and a punt return for a touchdown. St. Mary's, no offensive plays, 14 points on the board. Look to kick off to the Marauders once again. It is Gonzalez and Tim deep. Gonzalez had the return last time. Not a bad return out to the 37-yard line. Here's the kick. This one looks like it's headed towards Gonzalez again. He'll take it at the 9 once again. Headed right. Couple of blockers. Gonzalez lowers his head, still on his feet, across the 30. And he'll make a move and avoid a couple of tackles, spinning around and down at the 45-yard line. Good return that time. Julius Gonzalez with a nice return for the Marauders. Has them once again in good field position to start the drive. 1st down and 10 Marauders at their own 45-yard line. Now, the last time the Marauders had the ball, they went backwards. They lost 14 yards. Let's see if after their first break there, coaches have a chance to talk to them a little bit if they can get the offense moving in the right direction. You got Tim and Moore on the left-hand side. You got Houseman in the slot over on the right side. Ortiz is the running back. Standing at his 40-yard line and waiting the snap is the quarterback. Bejarano takes a snap and fakes a handoff. Runs it himself to the left side. A face mask. No flag coming in. And he's still on his feet. Bejarano to the left sideline and pushed out of bounds. Right at about the 45-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Out of bounds.
There is a flag on the far end of the field.
10, Liam Wolf. There is a flag on the play.
Bejarano had face mask. I don't know if that's what that flag is. You think that flag would have come from this side of the field where you could see it. And it looks like the Marauders are going backwards.
Indication is a face mask against St. Mary's.
Yes, there we go. So it was a face mask against the Knights. And they're going to mark it off from the end of the run, which is at the 45-yard line of the Knights. It's just kind of funny to me that the flag came from the far sideline and the face mask was over here on the left-hand side of the field. The guy on this side looked like he was grabbing for it, and he never pulled it out and threw it. So his buddy helped him out over there and gave the Marauders a nice extra 15 yards all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's first down and 10 for the Marauders on the left hash mark of the St. Mary's Knights. Marauders in a huddle. And they break out of the huddle and head to the line of scrimmage. Oh, St. Mary's Knights jump off sides.
Penalty on the play.
Looks like it's the Marauders getting called for a false start.
Indication from our referee is a false start against the Marauders. That'll move the ball 5-yard line. We're first down and 15 yards.
First and 15 here for the Marauders from their own 35, from the Knights 35-yard line. One receiver on the right. They've got an extra lineman, brought in a tight end. They hand off this time, going to Ortiz, running right. Ortiz hitting the backfield, is spun around and thrown down. No run after contact there. They hit him and knocked him around, throw him backwards for a loss of, looks like 2 yards, back to the 37-yard line.
Timmy Phelan. And number 52, Jack Cool. Loss on the play. Of 2 yards. Brings up a second down, 17 yards. To go for the first down for Mingus.
Second down and 17 here for the Marauders. Over on the right hash mark now in front of the Marauder side of the field. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Across the middle. He's got a man. It's Moore at the 15 to the 20th. 15 to the 10. Inside the 10 and down at about the 7 or 8 yard line. Well, man, it had me fooled. I thought he was at the 15-yard line. He's only at the 20, but he does work it inside the 10. It's first and goal, Marauders. They do have it marked at the 6-yard line, so it's first down and goal, Marauders at the 6.
Number 18, Sam Benedict for the Knights.
Well, the Marauders have given up 2 touchdowns on kick returns, a kickoff and a punt return. St. Mary's has not run an offensive play. The Marauders trailing 14-0 here with 4.5 or 7.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
And off to number 12 for Mingus.
And a handoff up the middle to Bassett. And Bassett is going to be just shy of the goal line. He's down around the 2-yard line.
Number 2, Dominic Maurer.
So they're going to mark him about the 2-yard line. Second down and goal, Marauders at the 2-yard line. Looking to get back in this game, down 14-0. Marauders trying to cut that lead in half.
2-yard line.
And the Marauders are going to make a They get in the end zone here. One back in the backfield. It's Bassett again. They're going to hand it off to him again. And instead, it's a keeper by Bayerano. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Marauders. The Marauders on the board for the first time this season. Their second drive of the game after a good return by Gonzalez. And the Marauders have capitalized on good field position to cut this lead in half pending the extra point. Marauders have an extra point attempt coming up here, trailing now 14-6 with 6:44 left in the opening quarter of play. Well, hey, that was good news for the Marauders. They lost 14 yards on their first possession. Their second possession, they march it down the field into the end zone for a touchdown.
In for the point after attempt, number 12.
And here's the extra point. It's up. It's good. And the Marauders cut the lead in half. 14-7 is the score. Marauders, however, have to kick off now. That's been a problem. Both times they've kicked the ball. St. Mary's has run it back to the end zone. Let's see if they can come up with a big stop right here. We'll be back after this.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's a specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
Marauders set to kick off, bringing the kicking team back out on the field. Let's see if they can get a stop here with their kicking team.
Back deep for St. Mary's. Number 1, Branson Brown, and number 0, Anthony Cannon. Kicking off for Mingus. Number 12, Luke Bassett.
You see the full moon rising over the field here as Bassett set to kick it away, and it's an onside kick. It's taken by one of the up men there, and St. Mary's Knights will have to bring their offense out on the field for the first time. Good field position, just covered it up at the 37-yard line, so the St. Mary's Knights will have their offense out on the field for the first time, leading 14-7 with 6:42 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. First game of the season for both teams. St. Mary's has a kick return and a punt return for a touchdown. The Marauders have a touchdown drive there on their second possession. Knights bring their offense out for the first time here tonight.
Quarterback for St. Mary's. Number 15.
You got Luke Horn in at quarterback. He's got two receivers on the left side, a running back right behind him. He hands off in the backfield. He's got it to Branson Brown. Brown running down the field right up the middle and across the 50-yard line. A first down to the Marauder 48.
For Mingus, number 9, Isaiah Ortiz, and number 10, Riggin Stokes. Penalty on the play.
Says we have a penalty on the Marauders.
A face mask is indicated.
Oh, face mask against Mingus. So that'll give the Knights an extra 15 yards all the way down to the, mark it, 33-yard line, 34 maybe.
The play is a first down and 10. After the penalty, the ball will be placed.
Quarterback Horn in a gun, two receivers on the left side, two receivers on the right side. Running back Brown to the left-hand side of quarterback. Looks to the right, looks to the left. And now directing some traffic over there on the defensive line. And man comes in motion, trips on the left side now as Horn takes a snap. Looking right, throwing right, going up top to the end zone. He's got a man. It's through his hands and incomplete. Good defensive coverage that time by the Marauders. That's Gonzalez back there defensively and stuck with them step for step and
incomplete.
Was able to break that one up. Second down and 10 now for the Knights at the Marauder 34-yard line. Is it the 34? Might be a 33. Horn looking over the Marauder defense once again. Same formation, 2 left, 2 right. Running back to the left-hand side of the quarterback. Here's a snap, drops back, 3 steps, looking left. Now pulls it in and takes off to the right side. Cuts it back to the middle. Good open field tackle. Again, Gonzalez playing well over that quarterback position. Broke up a pass on his last snap, and this time comes and makes a good open field tackle to bring Horn down after a decent gain. It looks like he got about 6, maybe 7 yards on that one. It's 3rd down and 3 here for the Knights. At the Marauder 26-yard line.
To go for the Knights.
And awaiting the snap is Horn. Trips on the left. He's got a man in a wing position on the right, and a handoff up the middle of Brown. Brown breaking a tackle, spinning through another one, caught from behind and knocked down at the 5. Liam Wolf. Nope, it was Branson Brown that came in and made the play.
Stokes with an assist from number 12, Luke Bassett. Check that, number 5, Brian Moreno.
Now it's 1st down and goal for the Knights at the Marauder
5-yard line.
Got a stacked backfield, full house backfield on the left-hand side. Quarterback takes a snap. He runs behind a couple of extra linemen, jumps over a Marauder defender, dives to the end zone, and he is in for a touchdown. That actually wasn't Horn, the quarterback. It was Brown, the running back, in a Wildcat. He had a couple of maybe 3 extra linemen over to his left-hand side. He took the snap, just ran behind those guys right to the end zone, dove in there for his 2nd touchdown. He had one earlier on a kick return, and maybe actually had 2 of them on kick returns. And now the St. Mary's Knights have had the ball one time. They've scored with their offense. They have 2 special team touchdowns and now 1 with their offense.
Number 24. Hector
Here comes the snap, and the kick is up. And the kick is wide left. No good. 20-7 is our score. St. Mary's with the lead over the Mingus Marauders. We'll be back here for more first quarter action. Season opener at Washington High after this.
7.
Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040. And they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
Kicking off for St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Knights ready to kick off again here.
Number 24.
They've got 20 points on the board here with just under 5 minutes left to go in the opening quarter of play. Tim and Gonzalez back deep for the Marauders, standing around the 5-yard line. Both of the previous kicks have landed at the 9. And here's the kick. It is going to be taken by Tim this time at about the 10. Tim to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and covered up there and out to maybe a 31 or so after the extra effort, and that is where they'll mark him. 1st down and 10, Marauders at their own 31-yard line to start this drive. They scored a touchdown on their last drive after going backwards on their first, so let's see if maybe they got that offense figured out there after that first possession.
At the Mingus 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Marauders.
Hunter Bejarano back in at quarterback for Mingus.
Number 15, Hunter Bejarano at quarterback.
Flagstaff's playing tonight as well. We mentioned there's 6 games in 4A. Flagstaff's playing at home tonight, which means they're in the NAU Walk-Up Sky Dome hosting Marcos Deniza, the Padres. Here's a snap going up the middle and nowhere to run. Going backwards is Isaiah Ortiz.
Gang tackle on the play for St. Mary's defense. Number 2,
Ortiz hasn't been able to find much room to run. He's got 2 carries for -7 yards.
And number 58 for the Knights. That's Nehemiah Perez. Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 11. Ball at the Mingus 30-yard line.
Second down and 12 here for the Marauders. Ball back at the 30-yard line. Second and 11, I guess, officially. And three receivers on the left side. Bejarano throws, and Ethan Moore makes the catch and is hammered immediately. And he will gain a yard.
On the play, number 88 for St. Mary's, Johnny Bryant.
Ethan Moore with a 1-yard reception brings up third down and 10 here for the Marauders. Well, it looks like after the Marauders went backwards on their first drive, they made some adjustments, came out on their second drive, marched down the field, scored a touchdown here on their third drive. It's like the St. Mary's Knights may have made some adjustments of their own, and they've got the Marauders backed up, bottled up. Third down and 10 from their own 31. Three receivers on the short side of the field. Marauders working the left hash mark and looking to throw. Bejarano with time. Throws it short. Got a man. Comes back for it. And a first down. Flag comes in the Marauder backfield after the throw. It's Tim that makes the catch out there. Tristan Tim with a long reception out across midfield. There's a flag, and it's going to go against the Marauders.
The referee is holding against Mingus.
That'll back them up instead of a long gain of about 25 yards. It's going to go backwards, and it will remain third down. Now it's going to be third down and 20 against the Marauders.
The holding penalty will move the ball back 10 yards.
Marauders now, same hash mark, left-hand side on the St. Mary's side of the field. Had the ball at their own 21. They need to get out to the 41.
Third down.
Now, the last play would have done it.
20 yards to go.
Picked up about 25 on that one, but it's hard to do that on back-to-back plays. And awaiting the snap. There it is. Looking to throw. But gang rush across the middle. It's incomplete. Intended that time for Tragan Carrillo. And the Marauders now on 4th and 20 are going to have to look to punt this ball away. Still 2.5 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. It is 20-7. St. Mary's with the lead over the Marauders. St. Mary's has 2 special teams touchdowns, a kickoff return to start the game for 85 yards and a touchdown, and then a punt return that went about 70 yards or so for a touchdown. St. Mary's also punched one in with their offense on their last possession. Marauders set to punt the ball away. Clock stopped at 2:32 left to go here.
Number 1, Brenson Brown.
And there's the snap. The Marauder punt is away. It's an end-over-end punt that's taken in the air at the 49. Immediately hit. Good play by the Marauders special team. Getting in there and making a big hit. And good play by the Marauders. That was Nori Hauser-Skolnick with the tackle. Good tackle. He just ran down the field. The guy caught the ball. He jumped on him and brought it right down for no return. Yeah, they're going to give him 1 yard. So they caught it at the Marauder 49. He was tackled at the Marauder 48. 2:22 on the clock. Here in this opening quarter, St. Mary's starts this drive on the Marauder side of the field. Twins on the right, stacked. Twins on the left. Running back to the left-hand side of quarterback who's standing in the gun. Man in the slot on the left comes in motion. Here's the snap, and it's fumbled. Picked up by Horn. Steps back up in the pocket, and now looks to run. Cuts it back to the middle and gains a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8 here for the Knights.
Defensively for Mingus. Number 70, Alexander Argueta.
They set the ball at the Marauder 46-yard line.
2 on the quarterback scramble.
3 receivers split to the left-hand side, 2 on the right. Quarterback in the naked backfield, 5 down linemen.
Mingus 46-yard line.
See, the Marauders can get a little pressure. Oh, they got a receiver move. They don't call it. Okay, now they're set. Here's the snap. And the quarterback looks to run. Horn right up the middle. He's got room. Still on his feet. Caught from behind. Spun around and still going to the right sideline. Jumping over would-be tacklers and finally brought to the ground. Out of bounds around the 32 or 3-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Knights. Horn, good looking running back that time as a quarterback, but he took off with a spread offense. Got everybody spread out, took the snap, one step back, and then fired through the middle of the line. And by the time the Marauders were able to corral him and bring him down out of bounds, he had a first down at the Marauder 32.
Result of the play is a first down and 10 for St. Mary's.
Still about a minute and a half left here in the opening quarter. 20-7. St. Mary's with the lead over the Mingus Marauders. Horn looking to the sideline, waiting for the play to come in. Palms in the air. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 on the right. He's got his running back in the backfield on his right side this time. Now they're pulling a slot guy into a tight end position over on the left-hand side. He's kind of a wing back there. And Horn awaiting the snap. Takes a snap. Looking to run up the middle again. And the Marauders a little stiffer this time. They bring him down after a short gain. They're going to give him a yard, maybe a little bit more, but not much. And we've got a timeout, I think.
And their entire defensive line.
It looks like we do. The Marauders are calling timeout, it appears.
Late flag on the play.
Oh, a flag? Okay. It was a hold against St. Mary's. So that's going to back them up 10 yards.
From our referee is a holding penalty against St. Mary's.
All the way back to the 44-yard line. So it's an 11-yard penalty.
Back on the Knights.
We'll take it.
Mingus 44-yard line.
It was at the 33. Now it's at the 44. We'll take it. Still first down, however. First down and 21.
First and 23 for St. Mary's.
Waiting the snap. Look at throw to the left-hand side. They've got a guy. A reception made and still on his feet, making moves and avoiding Marauder tacklers. And finally brought down. Good return. That good catch that time. It was Ezekiel with the reception. Chavez got back just about the penalty. The hold must have happened in the backfield. They moved it back to the 44-yard line. It's second down now and about 12 as the ball's moved down to the Marauder 34. It's a 10-yard gain on the reception that time. Over on the Marauder side of the field at the Marauder. No, that's the end of the quarter. So at the end of the opening quarter of play, the St. Mary's Knights lead the Mingus Marauders 20-7. We'll be back after this.
St. Mary's 20.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's a specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
Carries a proud Northern Arizona high school.
They switch ends of the field here as we get ready to start the second quarter. Marauders down 20-7 right now.
United to form Mingus Union High School. Both teams with proud traditions.
Second down and 12 for the Knights at the Marauder 34-yard line. And Horn from the gun with the running back to his left-hand side, sends him in motion, takes a snap. Looking right. Here come the Marauders on a blitz. They'll step through, make a pass to the right-hand side, and it's incomplete. That brings up third down and 12 now. See if the Marauders defense can get off the field here. Maybe 4-down territory for the Knights as they are in
number 12
inside the, well, they're at the 34-yard line. Ordinarily not an area of the field that you would punt, so that's why I think it's probably 4-down territory unless they lose a bunch of yardage here on this play.
Brings up a third down and 12 for St. Mary's.
Horn with a running back to his left. Two receivers on the left. High snap. Looking to throw to the left. He's got a man. Looking to get around a runner defender. Good play out on the outside. Again, it's Gonzalez. He's had a heck of a first half. He's made a couple of opening field tackles. He's knocked down a pass over in the front corner of the end zone. Nice job that time. Julian Gonzalez playing really well here in the first half. Fourth down. They did pick up, I don't know, about 5 yards on the play. So it's 4th down and 7 here for the Knights. They are obviously going to go for it. You wouldn't punt from your opponent's 29-yard line.
29-yard line.
Especially leading 20-7, right? So let's see if the Marauders can get off the field. 4th down and 7. 3 receivers on the right side, 2 on the left. Quarterback in an empty backfield. From the gun, Marauders 4-down lineman looking to get after him. Try to fluster him out of the pocket, not let him get off the pass. He's going to run up the middle. He's got a first down. Still on his feet to the end zone. Touchdown. Well, Horn has done it again. That time right up the middle. And I think the Marauders have to start counting on that. That's the second time we've seen him spread it wide out, and Horn take the snap, take one step back, and just run right up the middle for a huge gain. That time on 4th and 7, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. And the Knights now lead 26-7, just underway here in the second quarter. And the point after touchdown attempt. Good hole, good kick. It's up and good. St. Mary's leads 27-7 with 10:52 left to go here in the first half of play. We will be back to Washington High School, the football home of the St. Mary's Knights. We'll be back.
Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040. And they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
Back deep for Mingus.
Marauders set to receive once again.
Number 2, Julius Gonzalez, and number 6, Tristan Tim.
Tim and Gonzalez back deep. And awaiting the kick. It's high and towards Gonzalez at the 11, and he fumbles it. Picks it up at the 13, still on his feet to the 15, to the 17, hit there, knocked backwards as he still had the ball, and yeah, it looks like he does. They're going to give a return out to the, looks like about the 17-yard line.
Knights, led by number 10, Liam Wolf. Number 16, Edwin Barraza, and number 88, Johnny Bryant. Mingus will take over, 1st down and 10. The ball is marked at their 17-yard line. Attention, Knight fans. Don't forget to get your 50-50.
1st down and 10, Marauders. Trailing now by 20 points with 10:44 left to go in the opening half of play. It's 27-7. The Knights with the lead over the Marauders.
One lucky winner. And the other 50% goes directly to support.
Marauders come up 1st down and 10 from their own 17-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Running back about 3 yards behind the quarterback. Bejarano looking to take the snap, claps his hands, and they'll hand off up the middle to Ortiz. Ortiz hit it to 15 and driven backwards. Looks like they're going to give him progress to the 16. That's a loss of 1 on the play. Well, Isaiah Ortiz has not had anywhere to run tonight. He's got 3 carries of minus yardage, and the Marauders offensive line just hasn't really been able to get much of a push running the ball so far.
Regarding the 50-50
back him up a yard to the 16-yard line. The Marauders huddle up. Still 10-15 left to go here in the opening half. St. Mary's already with 27 points on the board. Now, they won last year at Mingus by a final of 37-15. They've already got 27 here with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Bejarano turns around and has something to say to Ortiz. Play clock's got to be running down. And you see the back judge starting to move his hand. Here's the snap. Turns the hand off. There's nobody there. Now throws it down the field, and he's got his man. It's Tim down the right sideline. Tim in the the 9 yards on the reception that time for the Marauders, and it's first down and 10 at the 31 or 26-yard line.
Check that, 26-yard line.
On the right hash mark, big catch that time. Tristan Tim with a big reception for the Marauders.
50 tickets for 40 or 60 tickets for 50. Help our girls basketball program.
Bejarano with two receivers right again, two on the left. He's got a man in the slot going from right to left. That is Hausman. And now they stack trips in a bunch on the left-hand side. One man on the right side, that's Tim. Now coming in motion the other way. Here's a snap. Look at a throw across the middle. Going down the right sideline. There's one man to beat. And trying to stay with him step for step. And he's around Bejarano coming from behind for a touchdown. Saving tackle, Isaiah Ortiz. Interception down around the 15, 20-yard line, and a long return all the way inside the Marauder 30 as they bring them down at, well, there's a flag out there, so let's see where the ball is marked finally. He is down at the Marauder 25, and then we'll have to see what the penalty is and where the ball is going to end up. And it's against the Marauders. Oh, it's against St. Mary's. I'm sorry. Yeah. And it looked like it was an unsportsmanlike, and that it's going to back him up.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
So that'll back him up 15 yards to the 40-yard line. So, again, great field position for the Knights as they come out to start at the Marauder 40. They started on the Marauder side of the field last possession at the 49-yard line before finally punching it in on 4th and 7 from about the 25 or so. Quarterback Horn spread him out, took the snap, and ran to the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. First down and 10 now, starting at the Marauder 40-yard line. Right hash mark over on the Marauder side of the field. Horn with his running back to his right. He's got trips on the left and a wing back on that side as well. Here's a snap. Looking at a screen pass over on the left-hand side. A good block and springing out to the left sideline. Down the sideline he goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Mike.
From
Ezekiel Chavez with the reception out on the flat. Just a screen pass over the left-hand side. He had a wide receiver come back and give him a springing block. And once he got that, he just ran to the sideline and down the sideline to the end zone. Nobody could catch him. And Chavez has his first TD of the game. 9:07 left in the opening half. 33-7. St. Mary's with a comfortable lead over the Mingus Marauders. Extra point attempt coming. They're awaiting the snap. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is up and right down the middle. 34-7. St. Mary's leading the Mingus Marauders. Kickoff coming up right after this.
Mingus 7.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's the specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
You could win half the pot tonight.
Back at Washington High School, now 34-7. St. Mary's with the lead over the mighty Marauders. And awaiting the kick.
Number 2, Julius Gonzalez.
And the Marauders return. It's going to be returned by Tim. Tim to the 15, to the 20, through 2 defenders to the 25. Flag comes flying. Tim goes down, and another flag comes flying. It may have been the same flag twice. The return is out to, looks like they're going to mark him at the 25-yard line. Let's see what the flag is. You know, let the referee know, and he'll come let us know. The referee says it looks like it may have been an illegal block in the back on the Marauders or a hold.
Indication is a holding penalty against Mingus.
So that'll back them up. It was at the 25. It's now at the 12. First down and 10 Marauders. Still 8:57 left in the opening half, trailing 34-7 here on the road. Marauders have 4 home games coming up after tonight. So the next 4 weeks, you can come out to Mingus High School, to the Cave, and watch the Mingus Marauders try to pick up a couple of wins. First down and 10. Barano standing at about his 7-yard line, takes a snap, hands off up the middle, and knocked backwards. A loss of 2. Ortiz unofficially with 4 carries for minus 10 yards. He has not had positive carry yet on the game. It's not his fault. It's not like he's fallen down behind the line of scrimmage. He's getting the handoff and getting nailed back behind the line and trying to fight for whatever he can. So I mean, it's not on Ortiz. And it's what we said at the beginning of the game. You know, I mean, it's always the biggest factor in football is what happens up on the line of scrimmage. Right now, the Marauders' offensive line is not opening up holes for the running backs to run. They have had a couple of chances to throw the ball as Barano has been able to wiggle free and find an open man a couple of times. See what they do here. It's second down and long. Barano on the rollout, rolling right in trouble, gobbled up at the 1 and throws the ball out of bounds. There's no receiver anywhere in the area, but it won't be intentional grounding because he was way out of the pocket. And just threw that one away to not take the sack inside the 1-yard line. He would have been down right about where you see the referee standing, about the half-yard line, but he was able to get the throw away, and the Marauders will have a third down play coming up from their own 11. 34-7. St. Mary's with the lead, just under 8 minutes left to go. Estrella Foothills comes to town next week, so come on out. 7 p.m. is the kickoff. If you can't make it, be sure to tune in right here, zcalsports.com. We've got the game for you on zcalsports.com. We've got it on Facebook on zcalsports.com Facebook page. We've got it on YouTube on zcalsports.com. Here's the snap. Barano looking left, throwing right, and it's over the head that time of Ortiz. Well, they kind of looked left to kind of see if they can get the defense to go that way, and then went for the screen to the right side to Ortiz, and it was over his head and incomplete. Stops the clock with 7:54 left to go in the opening half, and the Marauders set to kick the ball away.
We'll go to the punt formation. The intent pass that fell incomplete.
Nice night down here in Phoenix this evening.
The reach of number 9.
Pulled into town. It was 115 degrees. I thought, whoo, this is going to be a tough one. But there was cloud coverage, and it wasn't so bad.
St. Mary's. Number 1, Branson Brown.
All right, so punting from the end zone are the Marauders. About 3 yards or so deep in the end zone, awaiting the snap. You got to make sure you get a good snap here. And the snap is high, but he's able to come up with it. And a decent punt. It's a knuckleball. And it's taken at the Marauder 45, cutting back in the middle, hit, and still on his feet, and now finally tackled out around the 41-yard line. First down and 10 for the Knights at the Marauder 41-yard line. 7:41 left in the first.
St. Mary's football would like to thank our 2026
and the Knights
sponsors.
Bring their offense back out on the field. Now remember, St. Mary's had 14 points without even snapping an offensive play.
Knights football sponsor.
They took the opening kick off back to the house. Marauders had the ball for 4 plays. Well, 3 plays. They punted it away, and they ran that back to the house. So they hadn't even snapped an offensive play yet, and they led 14-0. They've added 20 points onto that, and now lead 34-7. 2 receivers right, 2 on the left. The running back to the left of quarterback Horn. Sends him in motion out on the left flat. Looking to throw. Hit in the backfield. Still on his feet. And chugs forward for, well, he didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he lost about a yard.
To the line of scrimmage. And defensively for Mingus, number 8, Ethan Moore.
Ethan Moore gets the sack.
And number 51, Landon Backus.
2nd down and 11.
Brings up a 2nd down and 11.
A negative play for the Marauder defense. Might only be a yard, but we'll take it. Marauders could use a turnover right here. They have turned the ball over once on an interception. They do not have a takeaway. Horn takes a snap. Hands off up the middle. Brown staying small behind his lineman. And he's able to fight forward for about 7 yards. They'll bring up 3rd down and 4 now for the Knights.
Number 2, Julius Gonzalez.
Julius Gonzalez getting his nose in there again. That young man's had a heck of a first half here for the Marauders defensively. He's also had a couple of good returns. He got him good field position on a couple of kick returns. 3rd and 4 now. Knights back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. They're going to hand off to Brown again. Brown hit, and he's short of a first down. No, now we'll fight forward for an extra yard. And he's going to be real close. I think he's got it.
For Mingus, number 8, Ethan Moore.
And the official on the far end of the field says, move the sticks. First down at the Marauder 31. He got it, but not by much.
And the ball will be placed at the Mingus 31-yard line.
Down to 6 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the opening half. 34-7. St. Mary's with the lead and a first down at the Marauder 31. Ball placed out between the hash marks. Quarterback in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to the right side, 1 on the left. The running back Brown to his right side. Not behind him, to his right side. Here's a snap. High snap. He gets it. Hands off to Brown. Again, staying small. Looking like Le'Veon Bell, just kind of jitterbugging, staying small. His hand on the back of his lineman there and just kind of waiting for the hole to open up and then running through it. Le'Veon Bell. That's how he used to run back with the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the day. He wasn't a guy that took the handoff and just charged to the line. He took the handoff and he kind of waited, ran behind his lineman and waited for the hole to open up. That's what Brown did on that play, staying low, staying behind his lineman and taking what he can get. Back-to-back 7-yard runs there for Brown.
The ball is placed at the Mingus 24-yard line.
It's 2nd down and about 3. Out between the hash marks again. Brown on the left, the quarterback Horn. Man in motion from left to right. Puts 4 receivers on the right side. Horn runs up the middle. Spins through the Marauder defense. Hits still on his feet. And there's Gonzalez again. Gonzalez has been the defensive player of the game here in this opening half. Julian Gonzalez has been all over the field defensively for Mingus.
That will advance the ball to the Mingus 12-yard line. First down and 10.
Another good run for Horn. And the thing about this one is that he was tackled at the 12, so the Knights could pick up a first down inside the 2-yard line. They're probably thinking they're not going to need it. 4:40 left to go here in the opening half of play. Horn in the gun. He's got Brown to his right, 1 receiver on the right. Here's a snap. Has a problem coming up with it initially. Now comes up with it and all day to throw. The Marauders quit chasing him. And now Horn looking to throw to the end zone. He's got a man, but he's dislodged from the ball. 3 Marauders came in and hit him. Kind of a floating pass, and it just kind of floated in there real slowly, and it gave the defense a chance to come in and wham, dislodge the ball from the receiver. And now it brings up 2nd down and 10. Marauder defensive end on that play. Horn had the ball, and he's standing like 5 feet from him, and he quit chasing him. And Horn saw him, and he's like, oh, hey, there's a dude coming after me. And he ran over to the left-hand side of the field before he made the throw. And you got to continue pursuit until you hear the whistle. Can't stop playing. 2nd down and 10 now from the 12-yard line. Here's the snap, looking to throw his horn, looking left, throw left to the corner of the end zone on the left, and it's too far out of the corner. He had a man wide open, and it falls incomplete that time, looking for his intended receiver, and he had a step on the defense for sure.
For number 0, Anthony Cannon.
Oh, it was Anthony Cannon who scored a touchdown earlier on the opening kick of the game.
He's at a 3rd down and 10.
Now 3rd and 10. Marauders have 2 more plays to try to keep them out of the end zone unless they can get inside the 2. And now we've got whistles, 4:12 on the clock, and a timeout on the field. Knights want to talk it over. 3rd and 10 from the Marauder 12, 34-7. The Knights lead the Marauders here on the opening game of the season for both squads. We'll be back to Washington High School, the football home of the St. Mary's Knights, after this.
Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040, and they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
Just announce that the guy down there running the down marker, you can see him over on the far end of the field, the guy running the down marker over there, 36 years he's been here on the chain gang. You got to appreciate that, man. You got to love a guy that dedicates 36 years of his life on Friday nights being out here helping out the young guys playing football. So that's pretty cool. 36 years on the chain gang. Congratulations. That's awesome. Well, now here they go with the Wildcat and the 3 offensive linemen lined up in the backfield. Here's the snap, and they've got it to Brown. Brown not going anywhere. The Marauders caught him this time. Well, that's the play that they scored a touchdown on earlier. That time the Marauders come flying through and make a big play in the backfield. It's Riggin Stokes that comes through with another good play. I'll tell you what, Gonzalez has been the defensive player so far for the Marauders. Riggin Stokes is starting to have his name called a little bit as well, and now it's 4th down and about 9. They need to get to the 2-yard line for a 1st down. Horn coming back out on the field.
9 yards to go.
And they're going to spread them out. This is where you got to have somebody keying on Horn. They've done this a couple times. Spread it all out. Horn takes 1 step back and runs to the end zone. Somebody come up and hit him even if he doesn't run. See what they do. 4th down play. Here's a snap. It takes 1 step back. We're going to throw this time in the end zone, and it's caught after a pass interference. There's flags flying all over the place. It was pass interference on the Marauders, but the catch was made anyhow by Ezekiel Chavez. Chavez has a couple of good catches here in this game, and he held on to that one after being knocked to the ground. He was on his back when the ball landed in his chest, and the good stick-to-itiveness, he was able to catch the ball and score the touchdown for the Knights. They're going to decline the penalty, obviously.
Penalty on the play was a pass interference indicated against Mingus.
And they'll decline that. Now they'll attempt the extra point. 40 points on the board already in the first half for St. Mary's. 14 of those 40 came on a kick return and a punt return for a touchdown. First 14 points of the game for St. Mary's. They hadn't even snapped an offensive play, and they had 14 points. And it looks like they're going to go for 2. Yep. They're going to run the same play where they have the 3 linemen in the backfield to the left of Brown, who is in at Wildcat. Here's a snap. Brown running left, and this time he'll race the Marauders to the end zone, and he'll fight through a would-be tackler and into the end zone on his feet for the touchdown. Well, Brian Moreno was the one player over there for the Marauders that had a chance, but Brown was able to fight through the tackle into the end zone for another touch, or for the conversion, the 2-point conversion, and looks like they had a flag out on the field, and they're going to back it up, so it didn't count. And now will they kick? Yeah, now they're going to send the kicking team out. So the penalty has saved the Marauders at least a point, and if the extra point's no good, it'll have saved them 2.
On the play.
Brings the kicking team back out. They've been pretty good. They missed one. The kicker missed one wide left in the first quarter.
Point after touchdown attempt, number 24.
And now a 30-yard point after touchdown attempt. Kick is up, and it's good. Well, it didn't make any difference. Back him up. He still got the toe. 41-7. St. Mary's with the lead over the Marauders. 3:18 left in the Marauders. Getting the kickoff coming up after this.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's a specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
Back at Washington High School, Marauders set to receive the kickoff. Mingus has lost 16 games in a row coming into tonight and now find themselves down 41-7. Here's the kick. And taken at the 5-yard line. It's going to be Tim out to about the 18 or 19-yard line, and he's knocked backwards from there. Looks like they're going to mark him. Well, let's see. About the 18 or 19. 16 losses in a row for the Mingus Marauders. Trying to figure out a way to scratch out a win some way, somehow. The Marauders' last win was September 20th of last year or 2 years ago over Copper Canyon. It was the only win of the season. Marauders are 1-19 the last 2 years. With 3:11 left to go in the opening half of play, the Marauders are in a huddle. The ball is at the, I'm going to say 18-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. Quarterback Bejarano with a running back behind him. Takes a snap, hands off. No, he's going to keep it himself. Run to the right side. Bejarano through the line of scrimmage and out to about the 25-yard line. Now they're marking at the 24, so that's going to be a gain of 6 on the play. And bring up 2nd down and 4 here for the Marauders. Clock ticking away, under 3 minutes left to go here in the opening half. Most likely headed to a continuous clock in the second half.
On the play results in a 2nd down and 4. The ball is
Marauders break their huddle.
Mingus, 24.
Everybody checking the wristbands. Next Friday night, 7 o'clock, kickoff at Mingus High School, Estrella Foothills. The Wolves come to town. Here's a snap. Bejarano hands off to Ortiz. This time Ortiz is going to have positive yardage for the first time on the night out across the 25-yard line to about the 27. Oh, it's because it wasn't Ortiz, it was Bassett. Bassett is out to the 27, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 1. Ortiz over there going, hey, what gives? I'm in there. There's no hole to run through. You take me out, you guys open up a hole for Bassett. Come on.
Result of the play will be a 3rd down and 1.
3rd down and 1 here for the Marauders. Boy, it used to be back in the day, this was the goose play, right? You had some big old 300-pounder up there at center, and the quarterback would just walk up there and goose him, and he snap the ball. Everybody fall forward for 2 yards, 1st down. Oh, nah, how about that? That's the jump play. You go up to the line of scrimmage, you have a hard count, and watch the defense jump across the line, and you get an automatic 1st down. Well, I guess that's what you do when you don't have the big 300-pounder as center. You go from the goose play to the jump play, and it worked.
Results in a 1st down, 10 yards to go. The ball has been moved to the Mingus 31-yard line.
Clock is still running during a penalty.
With respect to Washington High School, we ask fans to stay off the field at halftime of the football game. Once again, please stay off.
1st down and 10 play. Look at that throw. Bejarano has time, and now the pocket collapses, and he runs. Bejarano out to the 35-yard line, covered up there. Now they're going to give him progress across to the 36-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5. Good run on first down. You'll take that. It's 2nd down and 5.
Scramble.
Under a minute left to go here in this opening half of play. Clock running. Marauders taking their time in a huddle.
2nd down and 5. Ball at
Mingus does have 2 timeouts. They're not using their timeouts, and they're huddling up. Clock down to 44 seconds, trailing 41-7. Bejarano takes a snap and keeps it himself, running left-hand side. Looking for a block, not getting it, and tackled after a gain of 2. And the Marauders are going to need to call a timeout, or they may not even get off another play. Clock is running out. It's down to 25 seconds. Marauders may be happy just to go to halftime, down 41-7.
Result of the play is a 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Oh, now there's a timeout.
Timeout, Mingus.
18.5 seconds left to go in the half. The Marauders called their 2nd timeout. And now they're going to start running the clock. Maybe the Marauders didn't call a timeout. And I think they're just going to let the clock run out and head to the locker room. Looks like that's what's going on. The Marauders are just going to let this clock run out and head to the locker room, down 41-7. The Marauders gave up 14 points without St. Mary's even snapping a play. And at the end of the opening half, trail 41-7. We'll be back to Washington High School, the football home of the St. Mary's Knights. We'll be back after this.
Mingus Union Marauder.
You're listening to Mingus Marauder Football on zcalsports.com. Go Mingus!
Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040. And they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help. Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's the specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662. Tiffany Construction has been building Arizona since 1925. Since opening an office in the Verde Valley in 1991, Tiffany Construction has played an integral part in our community's development. Being a heavy civil contractor, Tiffany Construction does excavation, rock excavation, and grading, but they also build heavy retaining walls and do maintenance too. From concrete division infrastructure, you can count on Tiffany Construction to help our community grow. Proud supporters of Mingus Athletics, Tiffany Construction is a true friend to our community. Go Marauders!
Back at Washington High School, Zack Calandra along with you. You're listening to Mingus Marauder Football on zcalsports.com. Happy to be back again for, what are we, in our 14th year now on ZCal Sports, and it's been a lot of fun, I can tell you that. We're happy to be back for another season. We're going to have some flag football games coming up here before too long. Their season doesn't get started for another couple of weeks. Head coach Dave Monsabias doing an incredible job with the Lady Marauders flag football team, and they should be poised for another long run in the playoffs this season. We'll have their game coming up here in a couple of weeks. The flag football doesn't get started here for another couple of weeks. Of course, over on the other side of the mountain there in Bradshaw Mountain, Mingus Marauder athletic legend Heather Calandra is coaching the Bradshaw Mountain Bears football team over there. So that's always a good matchup. Heather played for Dave Monsabias when she was in high school, so that's always a good matchup when those two get together. That's coming up here not too far into the season, so be sure to tune in for that one if you get a chance. All right, so things have not gone great here for the Marauders in the opening half. They got the ball. They kicked off to start the game, and St. Mary's ran back the opening kickoff, 85 yards for a touchdown, 7-0. What? Then the Marauders got the ball. They went backwards. It was 4th down and 24, and the Marauders punted the ball away, and the Knights returned that about 70 yards for a touchdown. So St. Mary's hadn't even snapped a play, and the Marauders had snapped 4, including the punt, and it was 14-0 St. Mary's. The Marauders got the ball back for their second possession, and they were able to move the ball down the field and ended up scoring a touchdown. Their only points of the game came on their second possession. We thought, all right, well, it looks like maybe they worked things out there after their first possession and got their offense on track, but, man, it just wasn't meant to be. St. Mary's came back and pushed the ball down the field, scoring well, they score another 30 points or so, another 27 points at least. And now it's 41-7 here at halftime. The things that were pretty good in the first half, Julian Gonzalez has been really good in the first half. He has been all over the field defensively for the Marauders. He's made, he has a pass breakup. He's got a couple of open field tackles. He's just been really good to start the game so far.
Porras, Herrera, Martinez, Damco,
and
the Whiteshite family.
Other than that, Riggin Stokes has been really good defensively for the Mingus Marauders. Marauder quarterback Hunter Bejarano has done a decent job. He hasn't had a lot of time in the backfield to throw, although a couple of times he has had time. He just hasn't had anybody open. So he's been able to run a couple of times for a couple of good carries, and he did have a long throw down the field that he connected for 69 yards for Tristan Tim that got the Marauders within striking distance, but the drive ended up failing out. So that's about it. Gonzalez has been really good defensively for the Marauders. Julius Gonzalez, and then also Riggin Stokes has been pretty good for the Marauders defensively as well. Tristan Tim with a long reception of 69 yards, and that's about all that there is here for the Marauders as they trail here at halftime 41-7. Now next week, the Marauders begin a 4-game homestand. So that'll be fun. They start off with Estrella Foothills next Friday night. Of course, we're playing tonight on a Thursday because of an official shortage. It's been like that the last few years. There's just not enough officials for everybody to play on Friday nights anymore. So they move a bunch of games to Thursday nights. And these guys that are all officiating tonight, they'll all be back out there tomorrow night as well. And that's just kind of how things have gone here. We have an umpire and official referee shortage in Arizona. So the games get moved up to Thursday. There's 6 games in 4A tonight being played on Thursday. But next week, and for the rest of the season, they're all on Friday nights. Next week, it's Estrella Foothills at Mingus. September 11th, it's Yunker, the Rough Riders, coming into Mingus. And then Grand Canyon Region play, September 18th, the Bradshaw Mountain Bears, led by former Marauder head coach Bob Young, who took the Marauders to the 1997 state championship. Will bring his Bradshaw Mountain Bears back over the bump to the cave to take on the Marauders on September 18th. Rounding out the 4-game homestand, the Prescott Badgers come to town on September 25th. Then the Marauders go back out on the road to Coconino. They've got one more game during Grand Canyon Region play. That is a freedom game, an out-of-conference game, and that'll be at home versus the Maricopa Rams on October 9th. So be sure to tune in to the football games. We're also going to have basketball coming up here in the winter. We'll roll basketball through the winter and then into baseball in the spring. All the Marauder Athletics right here on your home for Mingus Sports, zcalsports.com. Well, we've got some scores for you. There's some NFL games being played tonight, the last weekend of the preseason, and that's a good thing. 3 weeks is plenty of games for the preseason. They give them a week off next week so everybody can get healthy again. And then the regular season starts. Can you believe it? The NFL is right around the corner. Now the first game we're sad to announce, the San Francisco 49ers beat the the Las Vegas Raiders 18-12. So the Raiders finished the preseason at 1-2, and San Francisco finishes the preseason at 2-1. The Cleveland Browns got their win 37-13 over the New England Patriots. Also a final is the Buffalo Bills beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-27 tonight. Game still underway. The Rams are on the road at the Chargers. They play in basically the same stadium, right? So they're at home on the road against the Chargers, and the Rams lead it 10-7. Just about halftime in that one. 44 seconds left to go in the opening half. Not much going on in major leagues today. It's Thursday. It's a getaway day for most teams, so not a lot of action, but we do have a couple of finals. The Houston Astros got lucky and beat the Yankees 5-1. Colorado was on the road in the nation's capital, and Washington wins it 7-1. St. Louis went, they're at home, 7-5 over the Baltimore Orioles. Another final has Kansas City on the road, putting up big numbers at the plate, 13-2 over the Toronto Blue Jays. The Milwaukee Brewers win today on the road in Gotham. 8-2 is the final over the New York Mets. Atlanta held their home field today. They win over the Dodgers by a final score of 1-0. It was a home run by Drake Baldwin. He's good. In the first inning, Baldwin leads off the game with a home run, and it stands. The rest of the game, nobody scored. Leadoff home run for Baldwin. Wins it over the Dodgers, 1-0. Dodgers 80-54 on the season. Braves 79-55. So those guys are battling for home field advantage when they get to the playoffs. And another game here, Arizona Diamondbacks, the Snakes, are on the road up in San Francisco. And in the bottom of the fifth inning, it's tied at 1. College football will be getting underway pretty soon as well. And did you see they're allowing NFL players or guys that have already played in college to go back to college after being drafted into the NFL? But the college conferences are saying, no way. The Big Ten, the SEC, and now the Big 12 have said, no way. After you've been a professional player, you can't come back and play here. If you were drafted in the NFL, you're not coming back. So at least the conferences are saying that's not right and not letting those players come back. So we'll have to see what happens. I know some of them have already done it. Some guys who were drafted this year have already returned to college. They had a lawsuit that overturned their eligibility and gave them all a fifth year of eligibility or a sixth year or 12th year, whatever it is now. These guys got COVID years. They got redshirt years. They got all kinds of stuff. You got guys playing 7-8 years of college football. What's going on around here? And then what do? You play 7 years of college football. You're 25, 26 years old. Nobody wants you. And you go to get drafted. They're like, we don't want you, man. You're already 4 years past what we would have drafted you. But I guess, they're getting paid in college. So what's the difference? You may stay in college, enjoy that college atmosphere. You're getting paid anyhow, right? But it's good to see that the conferences are saying no. The conferences are saying if you left and you got drafted, you're not coming back. So that's a good thing, I think. All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. We still got a couple minutes left in halftime. 41-7. St. Mary's leading the Marauders here at the break. We'll be back after this.
Tiffany Construction has been building Arizona since 1925. Since opening an office in the Verde Valley in 1991, Tiffany Construction has played an integral part in our community's development. Being a heavy civil contractor, Tiffany Construction does excavation, rock excavation, and grading, but they also build heavy retaining walls and do major drainage improvements too. From concrete structures to subdivision infrastructure, you can count on Tiffany Construction to help our community grow. Proud supporters of Mingus Athletics, Tiffany Construction is a true friend to our community. Go Marauders! Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's a specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040, and they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
You're listening to Mingus Marauder Football on zcalsports.com. Go Mingus!
Back in Phoenix, it's still about 110 out here, and the Marauders are trailing 41-7 at the half. St. Mary's had the first 2 touchdowns of the game, both coming on kick returns, a kickoff return and a punt return for a touchdown. They had 14 points where they even touched the ball offensively. Marauders scored a touchdown on a short field on their second possession and haven't really been able to move the ball aside from a long pass to Tristan Tim for 69 yards. And other than that, the Marauder offense hasn't been very efficient here in the opening half. They've had a chance to go talk things over in the locker room. Let's see if they can come up with a game plan in the second half to move the ball. And again, at this point, you're down 41-7. Probably not going to win the game, but can you win the second half? Can you make the adjustments and come out and play better football in the second half than you did in the first half? That's what it's about, getting better as the season goes along. Now, we mentioned that the Marauders have lost 16 games in a row and are 1-19 over the last 2 seasons. So things need to get better quickly, and they need to get a lot better quickly. They do have 4 home games coming up after tonight, so hopefully they'll be able to get things set in the right direction starting next week with Estrella Foothills coming to town. Of course, Estrella Foothills coaches, I'm sure, are here tonight watching the Marauders, and I would imagine the Marauder coaches will be looking for Estrella Foothills tomorrow night. And I'll have a chance to see what the Wolves do offensively. They play tomorrow night at home against La Jolla Community. So I imagine the Marauders will have a coach or coaches down there watching that one so they can get an idea of what they want to do against the Wolves next week at home. It's time to break the losing streak. 16 games in a row, on their way to 17 in a row here tonight. 1-19 over the last 2 seasons. The Marauders are just trying to get it figured out here and get this program turned around in the right direction. Coach Aaron Midkiff knows what he has to deal with here, and he's making the best of it. The numbers are up a little bit this year. Last year, the Marauders had 21, 22 players. They've got 27 now, so the numbers are up a little bit. That's a good sign. The student body is still buying in. It's a matter of if they can get them to start getting more numbers and start growing as a team together. The last 24 games, the Marauders are 1-23. They had the win against Copper Canyon 2 years ago, and then their last win before that was 3 years ago at Flagstaff. So the Marauders 1-23 in their last 24 games. Ouch. The teams are back out on the field as we get ready for second half action. The Marauders will receive the ball to start the second half. They kicked off to begin the game and watched the return 85 yards for a touchdown. Boy, they'd like to return the favor on that one, huh? We do have an injured Marauder as well. He spent most of the halftime on the trainer's table. And now over on the far side of the field with his left shoulder iced up pretty heavily. And I'm looking around. You don't want to speculate. But I'm looking around for numbers. And I think the number that we're missing out there. Nope. No, I'm glad I didn't pick a number because now I see him. So I'm not sure who the injured player is. But he's over on the bench behind the Marauder sideline with his shoulder wrapped up. All right, well, first halftime of the season is over. Let's see if the Marauders were able to make some adjustments during the break to get their offense motivated a little bit here in the second half. Strea Foothills comes to town next week. Be sure to be there for that one. We also had Mingus Marauder flag football. Let me see what that date is. We'll give you a date on that one. The Lady Marauders flag football. Did pretty well last year. We will have the Lady Marauders September 15th at home against Thunderbird. Last year, the Lady Marauders flag football team finished 14-3, and they were pretty good. Final rankings, they finished third in the state last year. They won 2 playoff games over Bradshaw and over Mesquite before bowing out to Eastmark 14-10. And it looks like the team lined up on the wrong side of the field. So the Marauders are they were saying there was a penalty at halftime and they're going to make them kick off somewhere else. But nope, the Marauders just lined up on the wrong side of the field. So now they're over on the side they should be on. And St. Mary's will look to kick the ball away to start the second half. 41-7. Most likely see a continuous clock here. And now they're switching them again.
Of play in the second half.
So now they're making them switch to the side of the field again. The Marauders were on the right side of the field to begin with. And they moved them to the other side of the field, and now they corrected again, and they put the Marauders back where they were. They're giving them some wind sprints before they have to run back to kickoff.
Mingus Marauders. Number 6, Tristan Tim, and number 2, Julius Gonzalez. Kicking off for the St. Mary's Knights. And a correction in the pronunciation of his name as his family's here tonight. Number 24 for St. Mary's, Hector Leeper.
Leeper, all right. Leeper going to kick off. His family went and told the PA announcer, hey, man, you say the name wrong. You got it right now. All right, so here's the kick, and we're underway in the second half. Taking it at the 5-yard line. There's Tim right up the middle. He's got a good return out to the 30. Hit there and knocked backwards at about the 31-yard line. Good return for the Marauders. Good field position to start the second half.
Led by number 2, Dominic Mowry.
And here comes the Marauder offense for the first time here in the second half. Quarterback Hunter Bejarano over on the sideline, getting the play from head coach Aaron Midkiff.
The ball is marked at the Mingus 31-yard line.
And the Marauders coming to the line of scrimmage. First play of the second half.
Quarterback for Mingus, number 15, Hunter.
2 receivers
Bejarano.
on the left side, 1 on the right. Bejarano and a pistol here with a running back behind him. Now they're going to bring in one of the receivers on the left side to a wing position and hand off to Bejarano. No, Bejarano hands off and right up the middle. That is Ortiz, and Ortiz has a positive carry for 4 yards. How about that? Isaiah Ortiz went backwards 4 times in the first half. This time, his first carry of the second half, he picks up 4 yards. A positive gain for the Marauders on first down.
That's a pickup of 4 on the
Ming
play.
is back in the huddle, talking
First
things
down
over.
mark at the
Slap the
Mingus
hands and
35,
head back up to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, 6 yards to go.
2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right-hand side. The Marauders with a tight end working on the right side as well. Here's a snap, and they hand off again. It's Ortiz hitting the backfield again and knocked down for a loss of 3.
Defensively for the Knights, number 22.
Ortiz has had a rough time running the ball here tonight. And it's been a lot of that. Get the handoff and get drilled in the backfield. And that time was unable to fight through 2 defenders tackling him. And he ends up losing 3 yards. 3rd and 9 now for the Marauders.
32.
Bejarano runs the play over from the sideline. And some of the guys on the Marauder punt team starting to mull around Coach Midkiff. Everybody looking at the wristbands. Moore comes in at a tight end position on the left-hand side. Bejarano in the gun. Here's a snap and fakes a handoff. Now under pressure, throws it. It's batted away and incomplete. Brings up 4th down and 9 now for the Marauders. Bejarano tried to roll out to his left, but the defensive end collapsed right on top of him, and he just kind of started backpedaling, tried to throw the ball up over the top of him, got a finger on it, and tipped it up in the air where it fell incomplete. And now the Marauders, a 3-and-out on their first possession of the second half, will look to punt the ball away. The coverage teams have been a problem in the first half for the Marauders. See if they've got that kink worked out.
And 9 yards for Mingus. Back deep for the St. Mary's Knights.
And awaiting the Marauder punt. They're just now running the punter out on the field. Starting to wonder about a play clock here, but the back judge isn't moving his hand yet, so I guess they're still in pretty good shape.
The up back is number 14, Levi Christensen.
Waiting the snap. There it is. And Bassett gets off the punt. It's a wobbler, and it lands out of bounds. See where they're going to say across the line, and it looks like they're going to mark it at midfield.
That will go out of bounds and is fielded by number 75.
So St. Mary's has the ball for the first time here in the second half. And they've got a short field. They're playing arena football 50 yards in front of them as they come out of the sideline. Ball on the left hash mark. 3 receivers break wide to the right side of the field. 1 receiver on the left. Quarterback Horn in the gun with the running back Brown to his left. And the first play of the second half for the Knights. Here's the snap. Looked like offensive movement. No call. Horn looking to throw. Horn hitting the backfield. Breaks free. Still on the loose. And a little jump pass to the right side. He's got it off to a running back who was being tackled after a gain of about 4 yards. That's Chavez again. Chavez has come up with some big plays here in this game. It's a gain of about 3, it looks like. Good play by the defense. They just couldn't get the sack. They couldn't pull Horn down. They had him in the backfield, knocked him around a little bit, just couldn't get him wrapped up. And he was able to make a jump pass, a little shot put pass over to Chavez, who was able to cut it upfield for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 now, working on the Marauder side of the 50-yard line. Horn with his running back Brown to his right this time. You've got a wing back on the left, 2 receivers on the left. 1 receiver split wide over in front of the Marauder bench. Looking to throw, now in trouble again. Horn breaks free from the pressure. And a jump pass again down the left side. He's got a man. Breaks into the end zone. No, tackled at the 2-yard line. That's Anthony Cooper down at about the 4-yard line. And
there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag, and it's going to be an illegal man downfield, bringing it back. That's big for the Marauders defense. Instead of a gain of about 43 yards, it looks like it's going to be a penalty for an ineligible player. That'll back him up 5 yards. And it will remain 2nd down. 2nd down at about 12 now. And it has pushed the Knights back onto their own side of the field for the first time.
To the St. Mary's 48-yard line.
8:57 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Knights have the ball. 2nd down and 12 at their own 48. Coming out of the huddle. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Wing back working the right side of the line, and the running back to the left-hand side of the quarterback, Horn. Horn looking for the snap, takes a snap, hands off, up the middle. Brown open in the open. Brown running down the left side and gone to the 20, to the 10. 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Brown.
Touchdown, St. Mary.
Took it in from 52 yards out. And the Knights add to the score. Their first possession of the second half. They take it 50 yards for a touchdown, 47-7. The Knights now leading the Marauders with 8:29 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
In for the point after attempt, number 24, Hector Leaper.
Looper in to attempt the extra point. He's only missed one of them tonight. Here's the kick. Oh, look like the Marauders may have got a finger on it. It wasn't a hand, a finger. But the kick was able to fight through it, and it's good. Now it's 48-7. St. Mary's leading the Mingus Marauders. We'll be back after this.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's the specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
Back at Washington High School, Mingus Marauders down now by 41 points. It's 48-7 with 8:14 left to go here in the third quarter. It is a continuous clock. The clock is running. 8:08 left to go in the third quarter.
Back deep for
Tim
Mingus.
and Gonzalez back deep. Oh, is it Tim? Yeah, it looks like it is. Back deep for the Marauders.
Number 3,
here's the kick.
Carrillo, and number 2,
No, it's going to
Julian
be Gonzalez. Gonzalez coming up the field with the ball at the 20-yard line, the 25-yard line. Gonzalez hit at the 25, carries a defender for an extra 2 yards, and the Marauders will start at their 27-yard line. First down and 10 Marauders. Well, we talked at halftime about winning the second half. Let's see if the Marauders, now trailing 7-0 here in the second half, can fight back and get a touchdown of their own. The clock is running. It is a continuous clock with the Marauders down by 41 points here in the third quarter.
Gonzalez's return puts the ball at the 27-yard line. First down and 10, Mingus.
Marauders break the huddle and head to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers split out on the left side. Here comes the second receiver to the right.
Number 15, Hunter
Bejarano, with it looks like Ortiz behind him. Awaiting the snap. There it is. And the handoff. No, Bejarano's going to keep it. Bejarano caught in the backfield, and he's knocked down for a loss. About 7 yards. Back to the 20. Now they're going to give him progress at 21. So a loss of 6 yards on the play. And we may have a flag as well. Looks like there is a flag down by the ball. They may call it, may be like a face mask or something. I mean, I don't know what else they'd call. Bejarano was running with the ball over there, and the guy jumped on him and dragged him down. They're moving the ball upfield. So it looks like it is going to be a penalty. Personal foul on St. Mary's. They didn't say what. It looked like it may have been, who knows what it was. It was a personal foul.
Penalty on the play is a personal foul indicated against St. Mary's.
So it will remain first down, but instead of having the ball at the 21-yard line, the Marauders have it at the 35-yard line. It's first down and about 2 here for Mingus. Bejarano in a gun, sends 3 receivers to the right side, 1 on the left. Running back behind him is Ortiz. Bejarano gets set, awaits a snap. There it is. Fakes a handoff. Now rolling, throwing, and incomplete intended for Ethan Moore.
For number 8, Ethan Moore, incomplete. That'll bring it a third down and 2.
Third down and 2 here for the Marauders.
At the Mingus.
And it may be 4 down territory, right? It'd be 4 down territory if it were me. If the ball stays right here, third down, you don't pick it up, and it's 4th and 2, you may as well go for it. You're down 48-7. Let's see what happens. There's that guy, remember a couple of years ago, coaching in California, never punt. 4th down and 38, and he's going for it. I think you got to start doing that a little bit more. The more plays you get, the more chances you have for something good to happen. Of course, the more chances you have for something bad to happen too, I guess, right? Third down and 2. See what the Marauders do here. Bejarano with Ortiz behind him. This time he's going to keep it. And Bejarano's got a first down. Good run. Bejarano picks up. They're going to give him 5 yards. So good carry on third down and 2. Bejarano is able to pick up 5 yards and a first down for the Marauders. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Marauders huddling up, down 48-7. First down and 10, Mingus at their own 40-yard line. The Estrella Foothills Wolves come to Cottonwood next week. Be sure to come on out to the Cave. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. You can tune in right here, zcalsports.com. You can listen to ZCal Sports on Facebook and YouTube as well. First down and 10 Marauders. Bejarano with 3 receivers on the left side. Looking left. He's got time. Throws left. Has a man. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver that time.
Lincoln Woolley. Incomplete.
Woolley not able to come up with it.
Result of the play, second down. 10 yards to go. Ball is marked at the Mingus 40.
Second down and 10 now for the Marauders coming out of their time, out of their huddle. Second and 10. Marauders look to take the snap. Bejarano looking left, throwing left. He's got a man on the flat, makes a move, fights for the sticks, and a first down across midfield. Bejarano got the ball over to Ortiz. That's his first reception, and the first time he's got a chance to get out in the open field and make a play. Made a man miss defensively, and that sprung him open for an extra 5 to 7 yards and a first down across midfield to the 48-yard line of St. Mary's.
Defensively for St. Mary's on the play, number 26, Gabe Pantoja.
First down and 10, back-to-back first downs for the Marauders on this drive. Clock running down to 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
48-yard line.
Bejarano's got 3 receivers in a bunch on the right side of the field. That's the wide side. Marauders working the left hash mark. Bejarano has man in motion. Here's the snap, looking to throw, throws right side, has a man, catch is made. Short gain that time for Nori Hauser Skolnick. Skolnick picks up 2 yards.
Jaden Rumley.
We have an injured player on the field for St. Mary's. That's never good.
On the play.
It's number 3, Jaden Rumley, that's injured.
Rumley remains down.
Flat on his back, and they're going to take a injury timeout. We'll be back to Washington High School as the Marauders continue their drive. Second down and 8 at the St. Mary's 46.
Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040. And they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
Rumley back on his feet and walking off the field. That's good news for everybody involved, and hopefully he'll be able to continue, maybe not tonight, but next week. All right, so they're bringing the team back out on the field. The clock is wound once again as they get the injured player off the field. It is a continuous clock. It doesn't matter what happens, incompletions, run out of bounds, any of that stuff. Clock's going to keep running with the Marauders down 41. 2:35 left third quarter. It's second down and 8. Marauders at the 46-yard line of the Knights. 3 receivers left. Bejarano takes a snap, takes a handoff, rolls left. Bejarano with room to run. He's got 3 blockers out in front of him, and he fights to the sticks, and he'll have a first down. Good run by Bejarano. The Marauder receivers blocking on that play. All 3 receivers on the left side went and hooked up with the defender and kept them engaged until Bejarano was able to fight for the first down. It's first and 10 Mingus at the St. Mary's 37.
The ball is now at the Knights 47-yard line.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 48-7. St. Mary's with the lead over the Marauders. Mingus back to the line of scrimmage. Barano at the quarterback, left hash mark, and the snap. Barano looking down the middle, now looking right, steps up in the pocket, breaks free from the initial contact, and is able to fight forward for a couple of yards down to the 35, a gain of 2. And it looked like it could have been a negative play. Barano was able to turn into positive. 2nd down and 8 now at the 35-yard line. This is what we talked about at halftime. Probably not going to win the game, but can you play better in the second half? So far in the second half, with a continuous clock, it's 7-0 St. Mary's. In the game, it's 48-7 St. Mary's. 1 minute left in the third quarter. 2nd down and 8. Marauders at the 35-yard line. Here's a throw over the middle. Catch made. 1st down. Nice catch that time. Lincoln Welly with the reception. Boy, I'll tell you what. You see that name Welly on the Marauder football program for about the last 35 years. Lincoln Welly that time, a senior with a catch for a 1st down inside the 25-yard line. The Marauders have it at the 24-yard line.
At the St. Mary's 24-yard
with
line.
15 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Marauders are in a huddle, and I don't think they're going to get off a play. Looks like they don't want to get off a play. And they're just going to walk to the sideline. Down 41. That's the end of the third quarter. We head to the 4:48. Down 48-7. We'll be back after this.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's the specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt on 89A in Cottonwood has been serving the Verde Valley for over 20 years. But did you know they can be found from Kingman to Chinle as well? With offices in Prescott, Flagstaff, and even Page during tax season, Jackson Hewitt is truly Northern Arizona's home field for tax season. Rice Accounting also offers bookkeeping, payroll services, and you can even amend your old tax returns. Call Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt from anywhere in Northern Arizona at 800-234-1040. And they will direct you to your nearest office. That's 1-800-234-1040. Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt also like to remind you to use your school tax credit. Contact your local school to find out how you can help.
Sponsorship opportunity.
We head into the 4:48. Marauders down 48-7. It's 1st down and 10. Marauders from the 24-yard line. Stepping up in the pocket with room to run. Bejarano to the 20. Spins down at the 19. Gain of 5 on the play. I mean, you'll take that, right? 1st down and run of 5 yards. It gives you 2nd down and manageable. Oh, they're moving it back to the 20, so it's a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
Ball is now marked at the St. Mary's.
We said the Marauders are just trying to win the second half. They're trying to play better than they did in the first half. They trailed at halftime 41-7. And now they've trailed in the second half 7-0. They're seeing if they can tie that up here, if they can punch one in of their own. Bejarano waiting for his offense to get set out in front of him. He's got a running back behind him. That's Ortiz. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, a man in a wing position on the right side as well. Awaiting the snap. There it is. And Bejarano rolls left, throws left over the head of his intended receiver and incomplete. Looking that time for number 5. That is Brian Moreno. And it will bring up now 3rd down and about 6 here for the Marauders.
That results in a 3rd down and 6.
Well, the Marauders are unable to pick up a 1st down here on this 3rd down play. You can bet that they will go for it on 4th. Actually, you shouldn't bet. That's not good. You don't do that. I don't, because I lose every time. 3rd down and about 6. Bejarano in the gun, takes a snap and fakes a handoff, keeps it himself. Up the middle, he's got a first down around the 10-yard line. Good run for Bejarano. They're going to mark him down at the 11. It's a gain of 9. So another third down and long play, and Bejarano is able to blow it up and pick up the first down.
That'll move the chains.
And the Marauders could pick up another first down around the 1-yard line. Clock running, it is continuous. It's been continuous in the second half. 9:45 left to go. The Marauders at the St. Mary's 11. 3 receivers out on the right side, 1 on the left-hand side. Running back is Ortiz standing behind Bejarano, who's in the gun. There's a snap. Look at a throw to the right side, and he threw it before the receiver turned around. And when the receiver turned around, it was number 5, Moreno. The ball zipped by him, and he didn't have a chance to catch it. Brings up second down and 10 from the 11.
That'll bring up a second down and 10.
Just over 9 minutes left to go in this one. Bejarano, Marauders have changed it up a little bit this year. Last year it was run all the way to the sideline and get the play from the coach. This time he just runs over to the other side of the hash mark. Probably saves him a couple miles a game. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Running back right behind the quarterback, and they hand off to him, and they fumble. The Marauders turn it over inside the 10-yard line. The second
on the run
turnover of the game for Mingus. The first one was an interception. This one is a fumble inside the 10, and the Knights take it over. 1st and 10 from their 9. Well, the Marauders offense got moving once again. It was good to see. They were moving the ball down the field. A couple of receptions, some good runs. Bejarano looking good running the ball, and then they cough it up inside the 10. That's unfortunate. Well, the Knights have it back. They may look to just try to run this thing out with a continuous clock. It's under 8 minutes left to go, and they're 91 yards from the end zone. I imagine they're probably going to run the ball a lot here, but let's see. And here's a snap. They'll hand off, running to the right side. Not much room there. They've got a new running back in the game, and we've got an injured Marauder. Ethan Moore is laying flat on his back at about the 15, 16-yard line, and now he's getting up. So that's good. Let's see what he does. He is going to hop off the field, not putting any weight on his right leg, and they will. Looks like he's going to get off the field. I was going to say they're going to blow the whistle and let him get off the field, but he hopped from the left hash mark all the way across the field and got to the Marauder sideline and right back onto his back.
9-yard line.
So no gain on the play. Brings up second down and 10. The ball was carried that time by a new running back. It was Malad Saeed with the carry, and it looks like he's got it again. Saeed this time is across the 10 out to about the 11. It looks like they're going to mark him down to the 12.
Malad Saeed.
Saeed has about 3 yards there on the carry. Stokes with another tackle defensively for the Marauders.
Brings up a 3rd down and 7. The ball is at the St. Mary's 12.
Gonzalez and Stokes have both looked pretty good here defensively for the Marauders tonight. There's a big 3rd down play for the defense. 3rd and about 7 here for St. Mary's. Here the Marauders can stop them and force a punt. Horn in the gun. 2 receivers on his left, 2 on his right. Looking left. Throw left. Got a wide open guy at the 30-yard line. And he is gone. To the 30. To the 20. To the 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Knights. 3rd down and 7 from the Marauder 12. And they take it to the house. Throw it to him wide open at the 30-yard line, and he just took off from there down the left side, out racing all the Marauders to the end zone. A 88-yard pitch and catch, and another long strike by the Knights. The clock stops after a touchdown for the extra point attempt.
The point after attempt for St. Mary's. Number 24, Hector Leaper.
Leaper in to attempt the extra point. Good hole, good kick. It's right down the middle, and he's good. 55 points on the board for St. Mary's. 6:11 left to go here in the ball game. Marauders trailing 55-7.
Taylor Waste in Cottonwood has been the #1 rated trash removal company in Cottonwood and Sedona for over 20 years. It's a specialized service tailored to your needs that makes them the best. Taylor Waste provides residential, garbage, and trash collection and removal in Cottonwood, Sedona, and Camp Verde. Roadside recycling is also a service provided by Taylor Waste. Taylor Waste at 319 South 6th Street in Cottonwood, 928-649-2662.
Back at Washington High School, home of the St. Mary's Knights football program, and the Knights lead it 55-7 here on opening night. 6:11 left to go in the game. Marauders have Gonzalez and Tim back deep to return.
Julius Gonzalez. And number 6, Tristan Tim.
Leaper looking to kick the ball away. Tell you, this kid's legs would be tired tomorrow. He's done a lot of kicking. Kickoffs, extra points. Got to go to school. He'll be limping around. Here's the kick. And we take it by Tim at the 13. Tim up the middle of the field, breaks through the initial defense, out to about the 30-yard line, turns forward and across to the 31.
Across the 30-yard line.
Hey, good run by Tristan Tim. He got hit. He just kept moving his legs, kept fighting forward, got an extra couple of yards. The Marauder return game's not bad. Tim and Gonzalez are pretty good returning the football, and they can get a block or two down the field to spring them. Watch out, because they both got good wheels.
Your attention, please. Please, ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
5:14 left to go here in the ball game. The clock will be continuous, and it is running now as they're waiting for the Marauders to come out of their huddle. Down to the 5-minute mark, Marauders are just now, the quarterback just getting into the huddle, and they're going to let some of this time run off the clock to try to get out of here without giving up any more points.
For supporting our St. Mary's girls basketball team. Those numbers coming up next.
First down and 10, Mingus Marauder with 2 receivers on his left side, 1 on his right side, a running back behind him. He's got extra protection up on the line. Marauder takes a snap, fakes a hand. No, he does hand it off. And right up the middle for about 2 yards, maybe 3.
To number 9, Isaiah Ortiz.
Ortiz up to about the
number 12, Luke Bassett.
About the 34-yard line.
We have the winning numbers.
4 minutes left to go in this one. We'll be back next week. Friday night next week. Mingus Marauder football at home against the Estrella Foothills.
To the press box to collect it. The number 53421.
Second down and 7 here for the Marauders.
176. That number again. 53421.
Second down and 7 play. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's the snap and a handoff going up the middle and fighting for a couple extra yards. A gain of about 3 more. And that's Bassett with the carry. Back-to-back carries for Bassett. And it brings up third down for the Marauders. Third and about 3 here.
Number 12, Luke Bassett.
Down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this one.
Down at 7. The ball is marked at the Mingus 38.
The clock does not stop the rest of the way here.
3 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the
Marauders are back in their huddle, and now they'll break the huddle and up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers go to the left side this time, 1 on the right. 5 down linemen. 1 running back in the backfield behind quarterback Bejarano. And the third down snap. Handoff going to Bassett. Bassett fighting for the first down as he stops shy. Only got 2 yards. He needed 3. That'll be 4th down and 1 for the Marauders at their own 40-yard line. 2.5 minutes left to go in this one with a continuous clock. The Marauders will take as much time off the clock as they can here before running their 4th down play.
As a pick up a 2, it'll be 4th down and 1. The ball is marked at the Mingus 40-yard line.
Looks like there's an eclipse going on the moon here tonight. Full moon is covered almost completely up. That's pretty cool. 55-7 is the score, and here's a snap, and fighting for it, and they give it to him. Looks like a guy on the far side of the field says it's enough for a first down. They're moving the sticks. Well, the Marauders get a first down. Clock continues to run. 1minute and 40 seconds left to go. Bassett, with 4 carries that time, was able to pick up the first down. He got 11 yards on 4 carries. That's good. We'll take it. One more than you need.
Reminder to all fans.
First down and 10 now, Marauders. Under a minute and a half left to go.
We ask fans to stay off the field at the conclusion of the football game. Once again, please stay off the field.
You ever get a feeling somebody who just likes to talk?
Game.
First down and 10. Here's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Barron over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of a defender and falls incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for number 21, Lincoln Welly. Defensively for St. Mary's.
Under a minute left to go in this
number
one.
25.
The Marauders try to get off one more play. It's second down and 10 from their own 41-yard line.
Second down and 10. Ball remains at the 41-yard line of Mingus.
It's like an echo. 30 seconds left to go. Marauders will snap one more play. Clock down to 23 seconds. Down to 20 seconds. Barano from the shotgun takes a snap, looks left, throws left into double coverage, and that's it. And that'll do it. St. Mary's wins it by a final of 55-7 on the opening game of the season. Marauders will look to get better next week when they start the first of a 4-game homestand with Estrella Foothills coming to town next Friday night. And 7 o'clock is the kickoff. You can watch the game live right here on zcalsports.com, on zcalsports.com Facebook page, or zcalsports.com YouTube page. We got it on all 3 forums for you for the rest of the time, so be sure to tune in to Mingus Marauder Athletics on Zcal Sports, Zcal Sports Facebook page, and zcalsports.com YouTube page. Final score here tonight, 55-7, St. Mary's with a victory over the Mingus Marauders. Talk to you next Friday night from Mingus.